A lot of flag football teams lose games they shouldn't, not because they're less talented, but because they lack structure. They show up and try to wing it every week and it shows. If you want your team to win more consistently, you need systems. Something your players understand, trust, and execute. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 foundational principles that I believe every successful flag football team should build around. These principles apply whether you're in coaching, playing, or doing both. In 5-on-5, 7-on-7, or 8-man, or any format really. These principles have helped my team become one of the most consistent teams in our league every season, and I think they can do the same for you. Principle 1. Have an identity. Every good team has a style, something they're known for. That's what we mean by having an identity. Are you an aggressive team? Do you slow the game down and play methodically? Are you built around defense? Or do you lean on explosive plays? Identity isn't about having a big playbook. It's about having a clear and consistent way of playing that your players can buy into and play confidently. There's a team in our league called Finest who pitch the ball constantly. Every time they're about to get their flag pulled, they pitch. It's frustrating to defend, but it works really well for them because it's their identity, and because every player on their team expects it and knows how to keep the play alive, it's very dangerous. If your team doesn't have a clear identity, you'll end up trying something different every week and never get great at anything. So ask yourself, what are your team's actual strengths? What do you want other teams to say about you after they play you? And what kind of game do you want to play? When you can answer those questions, your offensive and defensive systems will start to fall into place around your identity. Principle 2. Simplicity is key. A lot of teams try to get fancy before they ever get consistent. Simplicity just means that your players know what to do, how to do, and can adjust without confusion. That's the important part. And it applies everywhere. Your play calls, your terminology, your assignments, and even how you communicate. Teams that play fast and confidently usually win more games. Not because they run crazy trick plays, but because they know their system inside out. Confusion leads to hesitation, and hesitation causes things like blown coverages and gets you beat. Back when we played 8-man, we ran the same play out of the same formation all game long, every game for multiple seasons, and we were one of the top scoring teams every single year. It worked because we mastered it. We didn't need more plays. We just out-executed everyone. We'll go deeper into building your systems on offense and defense next, but just remember, simple doesn't mean basic. It means sharp, fast, and repeatable. Principle 3. Create an offensive system. Too many teams show up and say, you go deep, you run a slant, just get open, and I'll hit whoever I find. That can sometimes work until you run into a defense who has some structure and chemistry. Building an offensive system means creating something you can run week after week that gives you answers against the defensive looks that they will throw at you. You should start with one formation and one core play, and that play should be something that beats the defense that you see most often. Then you can start building constraint plays off of that. If teams start to sit on your base play, you punish them with counter plays. You make it look the same and attack them in a different way. That's what we did in our 8-on-8 seasons. We had one play with built-in adjustments that we ran at a quick tempo, and most defenses couldn't keep up with us. We didn't run plays, we ran a system. Eventually you can start layering in more plays and more concepts, but you should build it from the ground up. Know how you're going to call your plays, how you're going to signal them, how you want your receivers to spread out. Do you want your team to be spread, or do you want to bunch up, or do you want to do both? The key is to start with one and build from it. Okay, so the goal is simple. Your team should know how to line up and run your offense faster and more confidently than the defense can react. Principle 4 is create a defensive system. Defense is where most teams fall apart, and it's not because of effort, but because of disorganization. Creating a defensive system means giving your team a base structure that they fully understand, and just a couple of key adjustments they can make when needed. Start with a base coverage. Maybe it's cover 2, maybe cover 3. Know it inside out. Then you can start adding 1 or 2 change-ups. If you're getting beat deep, adjust to cover 3. If you're backed up inside your 5-yard line, maybe switch to man. We use 2 levers, and levers is just another word for adjustments. But those levers are alignment and assignment. Are you lined up where you should be, and do you know your job? If everyone on the defense says yes to both of those questions, you're going to have a solid defense. Most blown coverages come down to one of those 2 things, and you don't need to install a giant playbook to help with this. You just need a simple system that your players know and trust. If everyone knows their jobs and communicates clearly, you'll be ahead of 90% of teams out there. Principle 5. Master the fundamentals. Great systems mean nothing without execution. Fundamentals are the floor that your entire team stands on. Can you pull flags? Can your receivers catch and run sharp routes? Can your quarterback throw with accuracy? Do your players pitch the ball well? Do you make defenders miss your flag? Most teams don't lose because of bad play calls. They lose because somebody didn't execute, and that means they either missed a flag or dropped a pass or threw a bad pass. The best part is, you don't need formal practices to improve on these fundamentals. You can use your pre-game time to get your receivers jogging routes and catching balls, or get your quarterback's arm warm, and maybe do a flag pulling drill. If you are lucky enough to get those extra reps during the week, use them. But even if you're not, take the reps you do get seriously, because a team that executes the fundamentals better than everyone else is going to win a lot of games, even without all the bells and whistles. These 5 principles are how we built our team into a championship contender, and they can do the same for you. If this helped, drop a comment and let me know what you'd like to see in future videos. I've got plenty more coming soon. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.